Good morning, children. Saira, welcome back to our science class. And today we are going to do the revision of the chapter, lesson number 2, digestion. So, we have already learned many times this chapter, right? But why are we going to do revision now? Yes, this is our last revision of this chapter because our exam is nearing, right? So just to prepare ourselves and to recap the lesson, we are going to do the revision. So let me all wish you yes, all the best for your exams. So shall we begin, children? So it's a quick revision, right? So if you want to learn more or revise the chapter more, you can open the textbook and you can revise it, or you can go to the previous videos and you can open that and you can do the revision. And today's video is just a quick revision of the chapter, lesson number 2, digestion. So let's begin. Now, before we start with this food pipe, what you can see on the screen, so let's first revise what is digestion. So our body cannot directly use the food that we eat, right, to give energy. So the food that we eat, like rice, meat, fruits, vegetables, is broken down into smaller particles and simpler forms. So this breaking down of food into simpler forms inside your body is called digestion. Then what happens? The blood then takes the digestive food to all parts of your body. So digestion takes place in a number of steps. So there are several organs in the body that helps in digestion. So together these organs make up your digestive system. So now let us know about our digestive system. So the first one is food pipe. So, and before we go to the food pipe, so let us know where does the digestion starts. So where does the digestion starts? Yes, from our mouth. So when we chew our food, our teeth breaks the food down into smaller pieces. The sharp front teeth help to bite and cut the food, and the flat back teeth helps to grind the food into a paste. Then the saliva is the digestive juice that is found in the mouth. So it is made by the salivary glands. So when you chew, your tongue helps to mix the saliva with the food. So this softens the food so that it can be swallowed easily. So the tongue, where is your tongue? Yes, here inside your mouth. That helps to push the food into a thin long tube. So here, from here, you have a thin long tube which is called the food pipe. So what is food pipe? The food we swallow passes through a pipe which leads to the stomach. So this pipe is known as the food pipe. Now children, in your exam, they are not going to ask the definition to type the answer, right? You are just going to click the right option. So for that, you have to remember what is the meaning of food pipe. So food pipe is nothing but a long pipe through which our food passes through it and leads to the stomach. So this pipe is called as food pipe. And next one, what you have to remember is stomach. So what is stomach? So here is a picture of a stomach. So it is a bag-like organ that is a part of the digestive system. That is a part of the digestive system. Now, what is the function of the stomach? What does the stomach do? The food which we are eating that passes through the food pipe and reaches the stomach so from this the food reaches here. Then what happens? The food, the stomach, the food muscles, so inside muscles will be there that churns the food with more digestive juices. So inside our stomach digestive juices are there. So when our food, yes, comes here, reaches here, then it churns the food like a mixer grinder with the help of some digestive juices. And these juices start to break down proteins and fats into simpler substances. So the food remains in the stomach for up to 3 hours. So when we eat in the morning, after a long break, then we have our recess. Then again after a long break, we go home and eat. So whatever we are eating, it remains in the stomach for 3 hours. So 3 hours, remember, you may get this question in the exam. So what is stomach? It's a bag-like organ, right? So shall we move on to the next one? Yes. Next one is large intestine. Now before we read the large intestine, let us learn what is small intestine, right? Because our food, after it reaches the stomach, it slowly moves into the small intestine. So from the stomach, yes, here is the stomach. From the stomach, the food passes into the small intestine. Small intestine looks like a long coiled tube. So the small thing, long coiled tube is called small intestine. What is the function of the small intestine? So what does the small intestine do? So it is a long coil like tube. So it I have given here. It looks like a long coiled tube, right? Then what is the function? So the inner walls of the small intestine. So inside this intestine there is a wall. So these walls, they produce certain juices, and other organs such as liver and pancreas also produces juices which are poured into the small intestine, right? Then the food mixes with these juices and is completely digested So small intestine and the liver and the pancreas, they all produce some juices and it helps to digest our food completely. Now sometimes, now from this small intestine, the digested food is now in a simpler soluble form. It is in a simpler soluble form. Now here in the small intestine, it is absorbed into the blood. So it is absorbed into the blood through the walls of the small intestine. Then the blood then carries to all parts of the body. So the digested food is used to produce energy. Now sometimes in a hurry we swallow big lumps of food, or sometimes we don't chew our food properly, or sometimes we eat something is very hard for the digestion. So what happens to that undigested food? So now here we'll go to large intestine. So here in the center we can see small intestine, and this the colored part that is called large intestine, which is the portion of the digestive system which is responsible for the absorption of water from the undigested residue of food. So it absorbs the water from the undigested food. Okay, now this undigested food, so some parts of the food cannot be digested by our body. As I say, sometimes we eat hard food or any food that will not get digested by our body. So these food, they pass into a pipe-like organ. So the undigested food pass through this pipe-like organ called large intestine. So water from the undigested food is absorbed here and it becomes very hard. So that is called the solid waste. So then the solid waste that remains and passes out to our body through the opening called anus. So every day we go to washroom, right? Suppose if we don't go to washroom, our tummy will be bad. So our bowels will become dirty. So from this large intestine, the undigested food are passed. It is excreted out from our body. So regularly we should keep our bowels clean to remain healthy and fit. Now let us learn, yes, pancreas and the liver. As I told, they produce some juice. Juice means not orange juice or Mosambi juice. It's the acid that helps to digest the food, right? So what are called pancreas? So the pancreas is a long flat gland that lies in the abdomen behind the stomach. So this is the stomach and behind it is, you can find this pancreas. It is long and flat gland. It produces the enzymes that are released into the small intestine to help with digestion. So this pancreas produce some sort of juice which helps in digestion. Understood? Now let's move on to what is called liver. So what is liver? It has many jobs to do. It cleans our blood. It produces important digestive liquid called bile. So bile is the digestive liquid that is produced by the liver. Okay, so this is called liver. Now next we'll go to anus. So what is anus? So the undigested food that is excreted from our body, that is called anus. So here the anus is present. So the opening at the end of the alimentary canal through which solid waste matter leaves the body is called the anus. Now what is saliva? That already I explained you. What the watery substance that is secreted in our stomach is called saliva. So the watery liquid secreted into the mouth by salivary glands. So salivary glands produce saliva, which eases chewing and swallowing, which helps to chew the food and to swallow the food. If saliva is not secreting in our mouth becomes dry. We cannot eat, we cannot talk. So everything will be a tough time for the human body, right? So next one is what is called bile juice. It is produced by the liver. So you may get in the exam, bile juice is produced by, 4 options will be given. So you have to click the option liver. that helps in the digestion of food. And what is gastric juice? It is a thin, clear fluid secreted by the stomach glands that helps in the process of digestion. Okay, it's a thin, clear fluid secreted by the stomach. Now let's revise some question and answer. So what is digestion? So the breaking down of food into simpler forms inside your body to get energy is called digestion. Now next one is, sorry, where does the digestion takes place in our body? So digestion takes place in the digestive system in our body. So this may also be asked in the exam. So your answer will be the digestive system. So everything will be like a option, multiple choice question. No need of writing the whole answer. So no need of learning the answer the following. You just have to remember what is the lesson about and the important points and the important words and its meaning, right? So you can attend any kind of questions. Now fourth one. So from where does the digestion starts and where does it get completed? It starts in the mouth and continues in the stomach and is completed in the small intestine. And from where does the digested food is absorbed? So into the walls, the digested food is absorbed into the blood through the walls of the small intestine. Just understand what it is and then answer. From where is the undigested food thrown out? So the undigested food is thrown out of the body through the anus. What is the main function of the large intestine? So large intestine main function is to absorb the water from the undigested food, right? From where is the food absorbed into the blood? Again the same question. So the food is absorbed into the blood through the walls of the small intestine. And you should also know some good habits while you are eating that you have to follow. So you have to eat a balanced diet, eat your food at a fixed time, drink plenty of water, and you should not be in hurry when you are eating. You have to chew your food properly. That makes the food digestion easier, and rinse your mouth thoroughly after eating and rest for a while after eating because our body needs oxygen to digest. So if you go for playing or if you do some other work, then our oxygen will be used for that. Then we feel that our food will not be digested properly. So I need a lot of vegetables and fruits, and besides nutrients, they also have roughage or fiber. And your body cannot digest fiber. Your body cannot digest fiber, but fiber helps to remove the waste from our body. So these are some of the good eating habits. Yes, all these points I just explained you now. Now let's go through some, name the following type or multiple choice question. Here I have given the answer. Yes, but in your exam you'll be given option, either 2 answers or 4 answers, right? So it helps to break down the starch into soluble sugar. So answer is saliva. It helps to push the food into a thin long tube called the food pipe. Tongue. Food is absorbed into the blood through the walls of the small intestine. The body cannot digest this what fiber, but it helps to remove the waste from our body. And the digestive system is about dash meter long. It is 9 meter long. It is 9 meter long. And so here we end this video, children. So once again, I wish you all of you all the best for your FA2 exam. And thank you for watching, and open the previous videos also for more details of this lesson. So stay home, stay safe, and all the best for your exam. So score full marks. Okay. So bye bye, children.